All right, guys, we're back with another Edison Format Finals at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got the Sherrif Los on the left playing Quickdraw versus Houston Carter, top 100 on the Edison DB ladder. So we'll see who's gonna. This is Houston's first time in the finals. We'll see if he can get his first win against the Sheriff. Los right now has the most wins on the channel. I think he's at 20. 20 wins. Ridiculous. Anyway, Houston goes first. Summons Arma, sends Necro Garnet. So he's playing on the store mat. I always tell the Vayu players to sit on the Vayu side of the mat. This time they did. Okay, so Low summons Trooper, Mills Lone Fire, Caius, and I couldn't see the spell. And Houston decides to protect his Arma, so he obviously has Caius. And Lowe's bottomlesses the Caius, but he gets rid of the Trooper and now sets 2. Did Lowe's mill heavy? Is that why he's willing to set 2? Okay, and now. No, he milled MST, yeah. Okay. So 3 back rows from Houston and a set monster. What a low set. Ryko or Hamster? Looks like he didn't flip Ryko. He didn't flip Hamster. So what do we think his set could be? Might be a Sangan. Could be Dandelion as well. Arma, send Vayu. Send Sirocco. Sometimes bottomlessing the Kai kind of helps out Vayu because then they bring it back with return. So he deprisons the Armed Wing. Is Houston main decking a Icarus? It looked like he was. He might be main decking Icarus because he's thinking about it. Unless he's going to Solemn a deprison. Oh, he chooses to Solemn the deprison. So maybe Houston's afraid of Hamster. Okay, so here comes 2 tokens. Now Houston can run over both. So right away, Houston paid half his life. And then here comes Lone Fire. Oh, main deck Oppression. I wonder how many Oppressions Houston's main decking. Is that 1 or 2? So Los with the Trap Stun on Oppression. Now Titanium's probably going to make... Oh, no, he's getting Dandy. Maybe he has the Titanium in his hand? If he's grabbing Dandy, he might have Titanium in his hand. Yeah, I think he has it in his hand. So we're at 8,000 to 32... This is unfortunate for Los. He's just going to wipe the field. Yep. Maybe he's got heavy. I mean, his MST is gone. But here comes Avarice. 4, 5. I guess I'm really curious if he has Titanium in his hand. If he had Titanium, would he have still gone to Dandelion just to make his Avarice live? I'm not sure. I'd say I don't know the rest of his hand. But he's still staring down Oppression, and he probably Heavy Summer's probably is only out to Oppression right now. Gores would be good here as well if he can draw into it. Okay, so let's see if Houston plays around Gores because I feel like that's. I mean, Los has got a bunch of cards in hand, so 8, 17. Don't hit with Arm Wing. What are you? Don't hit with Arm Wing, man. See, Houston's thinking about it. No, don't hit with Arm Wing. I wouldn't. That's just me. Let's see if he does. Okay, I think he didn't. Good move by Houston. This is why he's top 100 on the Edison DB ladder. Houston wanted me to make sure everyone knew he was top 100. Anyway, here comes Grepper, Send, Sirocco, Vayu. I wonder what Houston's other back row is. See, sometimes... Okay, so it's another Danny. Now he kills both tokens. Sometimes you're better off like keeping the Sirocco in your hand and just trying to pump. But I get it. You want to get the value out of the deck. It's not a bad play because then you could like attack for game through Gores. Lowe's passes. He must have Gores, but he's gonna be forced to drop it eventually. This is why I said Houston could if he would have kept the Sirocco in his hand, it wouldn't have been game. It wouldn't have been game. Never mind. It would have been like, oh no, he could have tributed. Oh yeah, it would have been game. He could have tributed the Vayu. Yeah, tribute Vayu, and yeah, it would have been game. This is why I say sometimes maybe you're better off keeping the Sirocco in your hand. Okay, so Houston, let's see if he can out the Gores. Los did not care. He's like, you can't deal with Gores, so I'm just going to drop it here. let's see. The Sheriff. How many times has Los won with Quickdraw? I know it's either 2 or 3 times. I think 3 times he's won with Quickdraw on the channel. All right, so Los is debating. I guess Los is worried about a D prison. He could just leave the Gorge in defense mode and see if Houston can deal with it. I mean, he has no cards in his hand, so Foolish, Dandy gets 2 tokens. And Houston decides to oppress the tokens. All right. I mean, if he attacks over Trooper, that's already 23. You leave Houston at 100. So I think that's what Los's debate is. See, I'm wondering, should Houston have even negated the tokens? I don't know. Yeah, see, Los doesn't want to attack into a D prison. Now, how does Houston run over the 2,500 Gores? Sirocco would have been a good start. Sirocco pump it. Los has got 2 back rows. So Houston MSTs one of the back rows. Let's see which one hit. Oh, I mean, he can't even deal with the Gore, so at least not yet. Trooper, Mills, Hamster, Allure, Charge. Houston checking Los's graveyard. Does he have his own Gores? Oh, okay. Tribute Summon Gores gets rid of Vayu. And Los has to Solemn. So now Houston cannot deal with... Yeah, Houston cannot deal with the Gores at the moment. He could bring out Armor Master. And, like, have Los deal with it. And then if Los happens to deal with the Armor Master, then you can bring out Silverwind. But he's got another back row. But Houston's Solemn's gone. So Los could draw into Heavy and blow him out. I wonder what that back row is that Houston had set. The one when he could have like left him at 100. I'm really curious. But man, it's tough. Would I have taken that risk? I don't know. Sometimes when you're like in a losing position, you're kind of like just better off just losing to a certain card. But we'll see. I'm really curious what that. I'm not saying I would have gone for it. I don't know Los's hand, so. It just depends. But I don't think Houston had used any D prisons, any mirror forces at all. I don't think we've seen any. And it's not like it was game. I think had it been game, I think Los maybe would have gone for it. But he would have left Houston at 100. But still, man, sometimes just getting your opponent at 100 wins you games. That's what happened to me when I was playing against John. This was like a week ago. Yeah, I was playing against John, and I couldn't. Like, I had to bring out my 0 in defense mode. I couldn't bring out an attack mode because I was at 100. All right, so Los with the brain. He chooses Trooper. Mills 3, Mills Debris, Trap Stun. So Los with the 2 main deck Trap Stuns. So there's another out to his oppression. He's got 1 out left. All right, so he chooses to hit over the Arma, Tribute for Caius. Ooh, this is really good. And he bottomlesses, but Houston is going to take 1,000. So now Houston can only oppress 1 more time. So we're at 14 to 50, 15-50. Los with 2 cards. And that back row is still not used. So it's like probably a D prison. All right, so 2 back rows. It could also be return set, that back row. Tributes to Gores for Caius. Choose the set monster. And Houston with Torrential. Torrential's his Plague. Activates Avarice. Puts back Raikou, Caius, Debris, Dandy, Double Dandy. He already uses normal summon. So let's find out what was that back row Houston has not flipped this entire game. This has been a good game. I'm telling you guys, Quickdraw is an underrated deck. It's a solid deck. I just think it loses to Black Wings. That's the only problem. But like, and Black Wings keeps a lot of decks in check in Edison, like GBs, Amaryllis, Quickdraw, just because of the arm wings and the Boras and the piercing. All right, so special summon Quickdraw, and he lets it go through. Discards the Titanial. So yeah, we knew he had Titanial. That's why he didn't bring it out first turn. So he had that the entire. So he did have the D prison. Okay, that makes us feel better. So Houston had it all along. And here comes Arnwing. Attacks. Los with the Compulse. Now set. Flips up Ryko. And he shows him Burial. And that is game. So Houston Carter takes game 1. We'll see. Can the Sherrif pull off the famous Legacy 2-0 / Backdoor 2-0? We're not going to call it Reverse Sweep. That's the worst one. Backdoor 2-0 sounds better. Even though it's a little dirty. Okay, so Los with 2 sets, 1 face down monster. Looks like he thought about taking the second one back. Anyway, Houston allures away Arma. Summons. It's kind of a little bit of a glare there. All right, Houston with the Vayu and Sirocco. All right, so he's being aggressive. Probably thinks it could be Hamster. So, I mean, I do this play often as well. In case they did set Hamster turn 1. So it's Dandelion. Hits one of the tokens. No back rows from Houston. Let's see if Los is going to drop down a Caius. Will Caius make an appearance for the Sherrif? It sounds more appropriate calling him the Sherrif when he's playing Quickdraw compared to like the other 2 decks he plays. Or 3. He's got a couple of decks he plays. So here comes Trooper, Mills, Lone Fire, Titanial, Ryko. So already his Titanial is gone. Hits over Regretful for 200. 3 back rows. And here he right away compulses the Armed Wing. Maybe he's reading a Caius. That's why he compulsed right away. Okay, so now Houston with... So he mills Debris, Crow, Mirror Force. So what did Houston set? Hamster? Or, oh, here comes the Caius. So Houston's getting cooked right now. 19. So he chooses to deprison the Card Trooper. And now will Los hit with Caius. So he chooses to hit with Caius. 24. Alright, here comes Arma. Houston needs Dark Arm. But he's only got 2 darks. Okay, so now he sends Plague. So we saw Los mill 1 crow. I always say this, but when your Plague gets crowed, I've been joking about sighting it out game 2 and 3 because man, it is devastating when that thing gets crowed. Okay, so Houston with the brain control. Los is reading Plague. Must be something he's wondering about. Maybe he's got another Compulse. Yeah, that's what I thought. Another Compulse. No, doesn't it go to his hand? It's weird. Or does it get banished when it just leaves the field? Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. All right, summons Kaiku and Houston scoops. So the Sherrif forces a game 3, and we'll see. Can he get that Legacy 2-0 or Backdoor 2-0, or will Mr. Top 100 on the Edison DB ladder Houston get his first win? We'll see. So Houston's going first his 3rd game. Only a set monster. That's it. And Los with 2 back rows, 1 set monster. So it looks like Houston set Ryko and flips it and targets one of the back rows. Let's see which one he hits. If he has Caius, he's in a good spot. So change Torrential. Houston most heavy, Hamster, Allure. And here comes 2 tokens. And now Houston summons Trooper Mills, Arma, Torrential, Dark Arm. All right, so one of his power cards is gone. Come on, Caius. I don't think he has Caius. This is not bad. Lone Fire. If he didn't draw the Titanium like he did game one. Okay. So he must have another Lone Fire in his hand. Yeah, he has another Lone Fire in his hand because he only used one. All right. So far, it's looking good for the Sheriff. Just because the Vayu, they struggled to deal with Titanium. That's why Amaryllis is a pretty bad matchup for Vayu Turbo. And Houston already took 2,400 damage, but he's got a bunch of cards in his hand. Well, Los has like 5 cards and a token. And here comes a set, a T set from Houston. Here comes Debris. Ooh, the oppression. Can Los stop this? Does he have Solemn? He's thinking about it. He might have Solemn. So yeah, Houston's gonna pay 800 for the cost, and yeah, there's a Solemn. So already. So does he go for Stardust? Oh, I was thinking he could have gone for Black Rose. Should he have gone for Black Rose there? Leaves Houston at 2K. So here comes Rhoda. If he had gone for Black Rose, use the effect that's Raikou, then you can negate it. And Houston was at 48. I guess 32. Yeah, it would have been game unless Houston has Gorge. There's no Necrogarna in there. Yeah. And then here comes Greffer. Oh, he special summoned Greffer. So he's got Sirocco, Vayu, Necro, Plague. Yeah, I think I would have gone for game there. Because if it's Hamster, I guess Hamster's the one thing. But one Hamster's gone. And one Raikou was gone. Anyway, we'll see if Houston can get out of this. He has a play, unless if Los doesn't have Crow, Houston can make Colossal, but is there Warriors in there? So let's see what Houston can do. Houston can like Goyo him. He can make it 8. Let's see what Houston decides to do. Ooh, Mind Control. But he's just gonna negate with Titanium. I forgot Mind Control is another card you can side against this matchup. So is he just trying to leave him with no cards? Is that what's going on here? But him having the Warrior is going to hurt him. Well, he has 2 in there. What's Houston's last? Houston's got 1 card left in his hand. Let's see, Houston. Houston debating. So his Colossal will be at 3K. So if he goes for Colossal, he runs over the Titanium. I don't know why Houston wasted that Mind Control, man. There was no reason to waste that Mind. Oh, maybe this is why, because he had Burial. It makes sense. His last card was Burial. And now you still, I don't think, can wipe his field. Oh, no, you can. You can't. You can wipe his field. Crash with with Stardust, attack the token, attack with Colossal, and you got Necrogardener. Okay, so yeah, he can wipe his field. Crash or 200, and then Crash. That way he can't like Caius you. Los is hoping to rip what Debris would be a good draw for him. So now it's T set. So Houston, ooh, that was huge. So what monster did Los set? Man, this is wild. Ooh, that Mirror Force was devastating. Now Houston has only got 1 back row. Luckily, he still has Necro. Los tributes Dandy for Caius. Oh, his return. Oh, wow. Houston had the return. It's now 38 to 2,000. It's not looking good for Mr. Top 100. Anyways, here comes Sangan. So Los takes 800 from here. Nice draw from Houston, the hamster. I think Houston only plays 2 hamsters, so he drew his second one. All right, now Los chooses probably to get rid of the hamster because that way he kind of forced Houston to flip the Ryko, and he's pretty low on life. So top for Plague, flip Ryko. So he's going to mill the card that he topped for Plague. And Ryko, he's deciding what he wants to pop, I guess. So he chooses the back row, mills Vayu. And now, okay, so now he's got a Silver Wind and Synchro for Armory Arm, and that is game. Wow, that was crazy. It looked like Houston was cooked. Yeah, it did. Let's see. Had Los hit with the Caius over the hamster, he would have brought out Ryko, and then Sangan hits over... Sangan hits over Ryko. So Houston still mills the Vayu. Yeah, because I think he drew Vayu for his turn, right? So Houston would have... No, but that would have changed everything, wouldn't have? Because... No, it would have been the same thing. Ryko would still come out. Attacks. I'm just trying to go over what happened, because that was a crazy ending. So congrats to Houston getting his first win on the channel. Yeah, then he would have milled the Vayu, and he still would have had a Vayu, a Silver One come out. But he wouldn't have been able to... Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to Plague. He still would have been able to Plague, but he wouldn't have had the extra monster. So maybe Los wins that game had he hit with Caius instead of Sangan. That was crazy. And I think like the whole Debris Dragon play, when Los went for Stardust, I think like Black Rose would have been good because you had Titanial. So if it is a Ryko, you just negate it and then hit him with Black Rose. He drops Gorge. If he doesn't have Gorge, it's game. If he does have Gorge, you just run it over with Titanial. So yeah, I think that was a misplay on Los's end. But anyways, congrats to Houston. Hope you guys enjoyed that finals. Actually, it was back-to-back finals for Los. He made both finals. We guys saw the previous tournament. So sometimes on Saturdays we run 2 tournaments in one day. Los actually made the finals in both, which is hard. It's exhausting. So I kind of get it why, because this is what his 7, 11, 12, like 13th round in a row in one day is exhausting. So I kind of get why maybe Los is like, technical play's not as sharp after, 13 rounds in one day. Normally you play like 9 at a YCS. But yeah, anyways, GG's, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.